Yes. Beside me, MJ Graham, for tonight's matchup between the Knights and the Lions. The first weeknight game of the season here at the Simply Financial Athletic Center. Always the most fun games is here on a Friday night. Can't ask for much more. Students leaving class, and right here for the best game of the night.
Crisp November Eve. Everybody's back from reading week.
First home game in about 3 weeks since reading week. To your point, there's a look at the Lions as we're just moments away from Canada here inside the Simply Financial Athletic Center. These two teams playing each other for the first time this season. Lambton 2-0 on the season. Niagara 0-4. As this weekend, MJ, it feels like it's pivotal for them to at least get a split to try and compete for a top 6 seed.
Yeah, they really got to put an end to the slide. Otherwise, the season's in some serious issues.
And they're going to have to do it without Emma Laslock. She is unavailable here today, as we'll send her down courtside for our national anthem. Canada over and done with here at the Simply Financial Athletic Center, just moments away from tip-off. And as I mentioned before, no Emma Laslock in the lineup here today. And size in terms of these two teams certainly going to be a factor. Bryn Goebel, 5'11", and the next tallest player in this starting lineup is Kira Teske at 5'9", and she is 5'9", but she's really a guard / point forward.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Lambton does strategy-wise, because they definitely have the size on Niagara tonight.
And that's been a struggle all season long, is size for this Knights team in terms of defending points in the paint and also on the glass, as the lineups being introduced for the Knights.
Niagara's going to have to be real careful on their screens.
That's a good point. I didn't even really think about that. There's a look at Kira Teske, who in all likelihood will take the opening tip. There's Lyric Shallow, was dealing with an ankle issue this week. We weren't sure if we'd see her here today in this one, but in this starting lineup here today, and this Knights really entire roster is, maybe not the entire roster, but a good chunk is dealing with some sort of injury or illness. But just about set for opening tip between these two teams. Like I mentioned, first matchup of the season, it'll be Teske against Fink. Pardon me, Britain. So off the tip, Jordan Britton winning this one, 6 feet tall. She'll put it up and in. And the first points going to the Lambton Lions.
Right away, we see the Lions already going inside.
A ton of pressure from this Lambton Lions team. It'll be out of bounds. And we'll stay with the Knights. Here's in for Venditelli. Leaves it short. It'll be Lions ball.
Last time we saw the Lions, they had a really successful transition game, but they really struggled in the half-court offense.
Lyric gets the steal. Lexus Bell, full court pass for Asia Strong, losing it for a second. Would have had the layup, but Teskey's there to recover the loose ball. Venditelli, back for Teskey in the corner. Thought about it. She'll drive in. Over for Lyric. Thought about it. She'll pass it for Strong. Strong with the elbow jump shot. It's good. Baseline jump shot, that is. And the first points of the day go to Asia Strong. Here's Cambridge. Top of the key over for Newcomb. Bishop, defended by Bell. Bell trying to get that steal, 7 on the shot clock. Here's Cambridge driving in, and it'll go on a foul against Lyric Shallow.
Lambton got bailed out on that one.
I'd have to agree with you on that, MJ. It'll be Lyric's first of the game. First rattles around and down for Keon Cambridge. And the second's good. As this full court press continuing against the Knights, it's something they've struggled with as we see it again. Lexus Bell was looking for Emma Venditelli. And it's Maddie Bishop to inbound, the 5th year from Windsor, Ontario. Bishop looking for Newcomb. It's off the hands of Bell and out. The Knights had a busy stretch last week with 3 games in, I think, about 6 days, and had a week off from that last game against Sheridan to recoup and get some home cooking this weekend. Obviously here tonight against Lambton and tomorrow against the Saints at 1. And some good defense on the Knights. Wilson looking for Cambridge in the post. It gets out of play. Here's Strawn looking for Venditelli. Into the corner for Teskey. Thought about it. There for Strawn. Pump fake. She'll drive in. Lyric. She'll try the 3. No good. Lyric Shallow has been very impressive in the early goings this season. Very efficient for this Knights team. As that's going to go for a charge.
Love to see those hustle plays.
Couple of 10s going at it. And Lexus Bell, the 4th year, winning that battle. Here's Bell, looking for Strawn and Venditelli. Here's Teskey, stopping up. She'll get stripped by Lopez. And it's Cambridge just over the NC Knights logo. Bishop, top of the key. Deferring for Wilson. Pardon me, Lopez. Lopez takes it up, no good. And Bow will look for Strong. Here's Asia Strong in with the right, and no good. It'll be Knights ball. And a foul away from loose ball. Foul, pardon me. It'll be Knights ball to inbound. Shallow can't hold on to that ball. She keeps it with 10 on the shot clock. Dribble handoff for Venditelli. Bell for three, rattles it in. Lexus Bell knocks down the tray.
First tray of the evening.
Cambridge gives it over for Bishop. And for Newcomb, defended by Bell. Into the corner for Cambridge. Thought about it.
Lambton has a size mismatch.
Despite the size mismatch, electing for the three, and it's Kirateski on the glass.
Niagara's going to have to be real careful on the screens, like I said earlier.
As it's turned over and played by Bishop. Bishop asking for the screen. It's the big Britain applying the screen, and Bishop will take it up with the runner. No good. Lyric Shallow on the glass. Lyric getting pressured by a couple of blue sweaters. Bell with some contact. It'll stay with the Lions. Pardon me, the Knights.
Coming in for Lambton, number 14 and number 4, as well as number 20.
So Lambton with some substitutions here and getting ready to check in. Pardon me, checking in right now is Elia Piera, who against Sheridan had a huge game off the bench, had 20 points, and was a huge spark for the Knights. Not a surprise that she's the first one off the bench for Raleigh Columbus. Venditelli, top of the key over for Bell. Thought about trying her luck again. Bell will drive in, and she gets fouled. And the early goings, MJ. Strong inbound in for Bell. Dribble handoff for Venditelli. Into the corner for Teske, and she'll lose it. It'll be Lambton ball.
I think the Knights might need to make an adjustment on their passing.
Sorry, go ahead, MJ.
Just because it has been very loose, they haven't really had a lot of consistent passing between players.
Lambton also applying tons of pressure in the passing lanes. Speaking of which, Lexus Bell was there, and it's turned over. And Coach Day is going to need to talk things over. 4 minutes and 24 seconds into this first quarter.
Going forward, on top of maybe tightening up their passing, as I've mentioned a few times now, they're going to have to get very good at covering their seals, because that's going to bite them down the stretch if they don't get into the habit early in the game.
Niagara with 4 turnovers in the early goings, and Lambton hasn't been able to make them pay. Granted, a couple have been dead ball turnovers, but you give any team extra possessions, it's gonna bite you.
Yeah, I think the first place to start would be just trying to maybe do a better job of getting out of their full court coverage, because I think at least 2 of those turnovers have been from the full court coverage, just in the half.
We've seen a ton of full court pressure on these Knights really all season long. Obviously more common in the OCAA, but this is also a very, very young Knights team outside of Asia Strawn and Alexis Bell. Pretty much all first and second year players. As Alexis Bell had it into the corner. Bad spacing by the Knights. Strawn will try the three, no good. And as you saw, MJ, 2 Knights in that corner.
Yeah, the ball movement was good. Just the final application sadly did not apply.
Alexis Bell turns it over. Thought it should have been a foul. And it's off the leg of Fink and out of play. Madison Fink, 6'4".
It's a presence in the court, in the key.
I would imagine they're going to try and do everything to get her the ball in the low post. as Bell calls for it in the corner. Alexis Bell back for Strawn. Open three. No good. And the rebound's picked up by Hintz.
Even though they're not making the shots right now, their ball movement has improved a lot since the last time we saw them here live.
The Knights have had some good looks here in the early goings. Just haven't been able to knock them down. And that's going to be a block on Alexis Bell. And 7 on the shot clock. Obviously now being reset. As Lyric Shallow will check into the game for NC. And Asia Strawn will have a seat. Into the post and up, no good. And that's going to be a loose ball foul. Or a foul away from the play.
Coming in for Lambton, number 15, Sienna Cameron.
It'll be Lexus to inbound the ball.
Fair bit of bench uses by both teams so far.
Risky pass from Vendatelli. What a move by Alia Piera with the Euro.
That's how you like to see a broken play dealt with.
Here comes Piera the other way. Piera looking to do it again. Off the window and gets it in. Alia Piera, the spark for this Knights team with 4 points in about 15 seconds.
Back to back.
Lambton looking to respond, and it's played by Hines. Bishop. Bishop driving in with the right, bouncing around and in. Maddie Bishop stops this mini run from the Knights. Vendatelli looking for Bell. Into the corner for Teskey. Thought about it. That's back for Bell. 13 on the shot clock. Dribble handoff for Teskey. Back for Piera. She'll try the three. Nothing but net for Alia Piera, who's been red hot in this first quarter.
Half the team's offense so far.
As that one is no good from Maddie Bishop.
An ill-advised three.
As you can see the smile on Alia Piera's face. The guys team beside us. Men's basketball team beside us, hyping up their female counterparts as it's nearly given away. It'll stay with the Knights. Here's Lyric Shallow. Vendatelli. She'll drive in with the right. She gets fouled, and she'll head to the line for two.
Lambton got caught asleep at the wheel there on defense.
Follow Lambton, number 24.
This Knights offense has been able to click here in this first quarter, and we hadn't seen that at times throughout the season.
If you'll pardon the pun, this is night and day a different offense from what we saw a few weeks ago.
Vendatelli knocks down a pair as the lead grows to 8. Cambridge dribble handoff for Bishop. Bishop thought about the three, into the post for Britton. She'll put it up, no good. Rebound there by Lexus Bell. Here's Lexus, she'll drive it in. And a ton of contact. Lexus having to be careful she doesn't get a technical foul.
Coming in for Niagara, number 13.
As Strawn will come back into the game. And head coach Janie Day frustrated with her Lions squad. Alexis Bell, top of the key. Keechner. Shallow. Into the post. Back into the corner. Alexis Bell, she'll try the three. No good. Keechner with the offensive rebound.
Great board.
Piera. Thought about the heat check. Here's Lyric Shallow. Stopping up. Back for Alexis Bell from deep. No good. That was probably 3 or 4 steps from the three-point line, MJ.
Yeah, that was from downtown if that had gone in.
And Aaliyah with the block, doing it on both sides of the ball. These last 2 games look like a totally different player than we saw in the first 3 games from last season as well. Bishop calling for the screen. Into the corner and put up by Wilson. Rattles it in as Lambton gets back on the board.
Lyric got caught on defense on that one.
Asia Strawn over for Alexis Bell. Into the corner for Shallow. Shallow, she'll try the three, no good. And picked up by Maddie Bishop. And Britton puts it up and in. It'll be an offensive foul. Pardon me, it'll be continuation. And with the final 78 seconds in this first quarter, the Lions will be in the bonus. And the free throw is no good. Lyric Shallow with the rebound. Strawn nearly losing it. Able to recover as Venditelli calls for it. Over for Piera. She'll let it fly. No good. A heat check from Aaliyah, who's been all over the place in this first quarter. Maddie Bishop with a nice move. She'll put it up. No good. And out of the hands of Strawn and picked up by Piera. Asia Strawn. She'll take it up with the right, leaving it short. And a chance for Lambton to run the other way. Here's Cambridge. Over for Wilson. Wilson driving in on Piera. Spin move. She'll put it up. And leaving it short. As the foul is going to go on Venditelli, who looks to be upset with that call. She thought she got grabbed. And Coach Columbus equally as frustrated with that call. So both teams without a foul to give in the last 23 seconds of this quarter, as Strawn looked to get the steal. The Knights wanted to travel on Wilson, and good pressure from the Knights as Piera getting her hands involved. Ellie get put up, and Strawn grabs the rebound. A chance for points at the end of the half, looking for Venditelli, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. A little sloppy towards the end, but overall, we've had some good looks, and some haven't fallen. And Aaliyah Piera getting it going on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, there's been a lot more ball rotation than we saw the last time around. The last game we were here, it was much more ISO drives. I think the only thing that's dangerous right now is that the Knights are trying to sink a few too many threes. A couple drives to the net would be warranted at this point.
And you talk about threes. We'll take a look at one of the threes that the Knights hit. As Piera off the glass and in.
One thing we haven't seen as much as we saw last time around is the transition offense from the Knights. Last game, they had a couple of really good runs of transition points.
That is true. And you look at turnovers. We mentioned how Lambton was turning the ball over a lot earlier in the first quarter. They've shortened it down. There's a look at the Pierre 3. Nothing but net for Aaliyah, who's got 27 points in her last 5 quarters.
Nothing to sneeze at.
And for a team that's struggled to get going offensively at points this season, MJ, if you can get Aaliyah to get going as another option, whether it's a little bit of shot creation or even some threes off the catch, you'll take it, because offense at times this season has been a luxury. Sorry, the opposite of a luxury for this Knights team.
Sought after. The Knights have also really benefited so far from Lambton not exploiting them inside the paint.
And he made a big point, no pun intended, about Madison Fink and Jordan Britton. Jordan Britton 2 for 4 from the field, no rebounds, and Madison Fink 0 for 1 from the field, and it's over for Strawn. Strawn, her pass gets deflected, and the ball gets deflected off the hands of Lopez.
That looked like there was a deflection, but
The officials, yeah, that's a missed call right there. That was 100% deflected. And you can see that kind of in the corner of your screen, Coach Columbus did not like that call. I'm as shocked as the next person that they didn't overturn that after that discussion. But nonetheless, if you're the Knights, you got to play through it. 5 on the shot clock, and it's going to go over for Bishop and out. A great defensive stop for the Knights, not even allowing a shot attempt. Here's Bell. Stop and push shot from Lexus Bell. And she's up to 5 points on the day.
nice little stop and pop right there.
And Lyric Shallow getting there to intercept that pass, and intended for Jordan Britton. Pardon me. Madison Fink. And Lyric about 10 inches shorter than Fink, and yet she won the battle. And Lyric not at 100% here today, as Fink will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Niagara's got to be careful to not take unnecessary fouls on those size mismatches.
And Madison Fink this season last year only shot 3 free throws at a 66.7% clip. Here's Lexus Bell. She'll try a 3, no good. Teskey trying to keep it alive. But to my point, although Fink hasn't been too efficient here so far, if you're the Knights, you could almost elect to send her to the free throw line when she has that good of positioning, because, of course, they're so undersized. Maybe we see that further on into the game. Of course, it's only the second quarter, but I would keep an eye on that down the stretch. Here's Lopez. She'll try the shot, no good. Menditelli with the rebound. Piera. deferring for Strawn. And Strawn's going to get called for a travel. And Pierre wanted a call and won't get it.
Niagara electing not to contest full court coverage.
Here's Bishop, defended by Bujak. Up at the top of the key. Mid-range shot left short by Lopez, and a chance to run for the Knights. Here's Teskey. She gets fouled. And the foul was called. It's not a shooting foul. That looked like a shooting motion to me.
That looked like there was contact towards the net, but maybe the ref saw something we didn't.
Into the corner for Pierre. She'll try a three. Knocks it in. And you can see the men's sideline cheering on Aaliyah. She's on fire here today. And Aaliyah applying the pressure defensively. She'll look to do it again. Here's Pierre going in. She gets stripped by Bishop. Keeps the ball. And it goes out. It'll stay with the Knights. And I think if Pierre made that layup, you can see the guys in the corner there. I think they would have went crazy.
Yeah. Also, the Knights got a real lucky break right there by not getting caught on that transition, because they did not get back defensively.
One thing I'm really impressed with the guys' team is how supportive they are of their girl counterparts. I know I was at their away game against Mohawk, and they were all up loud and cheering as Bell tries the three, leaves it short. But they're cheering for them just as hard as they cheer for their teammates, and I think that's really important.
You love to see it.
Into the corner for Cambridge. Pressured by Alexis Bell. It's Wilson who'll drive in. Asia Strong will put it up. It's Simone Wilson who lays it up, and it's in for Teskey. Strong, Alexis Bell calling for it. Teskey thought about the three, and she'll give it back for Strong. Strong defended by Wilson. Strong getting pressure to make its way to Venditelli. Risky pass, aimed for Pierre. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Two bodies on Lexis Bell. And it'll be a turnover. And unfortunately for the Knights, it wasn't a shot clock, because I guess it doesn't matter in the end because they missed their shot, and a chance for Lexis Bell to run end-to-end action here as she gets fouled.
Great foul. Maybe these free throws will heat up Lexis Bell a little bit, because she's been ice cold so far.
And we'll get a timeout by the Knights. I think a good one, because so end-to-end, as we just saw. And a chance for these starters to rest up. And the Knights, in the early going so far, have really haven't used their bench all that much. I mean, we saw Aaliyah, Omar Bujak, Hannah Keechner for a little bit. And of course, Aaliyah Pierre. But you're 14 minutes into the game, and you've only seen 3 players off the bench. We haven't really seen that for the Knights, but you mentioned some players aren't at 100%. We'll take a look at Aaliyah Pierre's most recent basket for the Knights. Into the corner. And you can see the guys' team there. Nothing but net for Aaliyah, who's really taken a leap for this Knights team. Already at 10 points, 14. Pereira, part of this team last year, didn't get a ton of playing time, as Lexis knocks down the first.
I think those might be your first points of the game as well. No.
As the second, no good, but off the foot of Hins. So you'll take that if you're the Knights. Alexis Bell, last season shooting 60% from the free throw line. Improved towards the second half of the year, and it's in for Venditelli. 3 no good by Alexis Bell, and a chance to run for Lambton. It's Maddie Bishop. Thought about the 3, was Wilson. She'll go up with the right and in. And Lambton quietly has it down to 5.
The Knights have done a great job of rotating the ball, but they haven't done a great job of spacing themselves out.
Alexis Bell with getting some contact. Doesn't get the call. What a pass from Venditelli out for Piera. Nothing but net for Aaliyah Pereira, who's been the star of the show for this NC squad. And it's down low, into the paint, and taken away from Venditelli, and she'll go for a run. Out for Piera, and an offensive foul on Venditelli. I think if that shot went down, the roof would have came off this place, because, I mean, Aaliyah Piera already 13 points here today.
More than half the Knights' offense.
Shot no good, and it's picked up by Newcomb, and it's out for Bishop. She'll try the 3, nothing but net for Maddie Bishop, and a response from this Lambton squad. Here's Strong. Strong, who's seen a lot of double teams here today. She'll take it up herself, no good. And not a good shot from Asia with 2 bodies on her. Strong getting the stop on Wilson, and it's played by Bishop. Bishop was looking for Newcomb, and Strong with a spin move, trying to take it out, and Piera here to pick up the loose change.
Nice little cleanup.
Up to 15. Into the corner, Bishop, she'll try again, no good. As the Knights wanted an over the back. The Knights sideline getting very frustrated with the officiating here today, as Strawn will slow things up. Piera, she'll try the 3. Aaliyah Piera. Nothing else needs to be said.
Once again, the Knights getting really lucky that they're not getting burnt on transition.
It's in for Teskey. Teskey going up, gets stripped, and it's Maddie Bishop, defended by Venditelli. Wilson tries the 3, no good.
Lambton looking to change their whole lineup, it looks like.
They've had no answer for Aaliyah Pereira, as the Knights going to call a timeout with the 10-point lead with 3.5 left in this second quarter. We'll take a look at this last 3 for Aaliyah Pereira, who already has 4. And nothing but net. And a big smile on her face.
What you really love is that it's not just the 3s. She cleaned up that one broken play, 2-point.
On the glass.
Getting it done in all ways. If you're the Knights, I think for the rest of the half, you want to maybe try and slow your offense down a little bit.
I think you also want to keep getting the ball to Aaliyah Pereira as well.
Yeah, I would say that is a great strategy moving forward.
Coaching 1-on-1 with Alex and MJ.
Coming this fall.
As Lyric Shallow back into the game. As a risky pass from Lexus Bell. She gets knocked down with Shallow. It'll be a jump ball. And it'll stay with the Lions. Maddie Bishop to throw it in. Here's Smith, defended by Sweetie. Smith tries to take it up, and Sweetie knocking the ball out of Smith's hands. And as soon as Sweetie comes into the game, already with a big defensive play.
Great little defensive play right there.
As the jump shot is good, and one from Madison Fink.
Now, Alex, earlier on I said you got to be careful to not take unnecessary fouls when you get a size mismatch. That would appear to be what we just got.
As Fink can't complete the three-point play, it's Lexus Bell throwing this up. Teskey back for Bell. Thought about the three. She'll drive in herself. The layup no good off the glass. Lexus Bell getting the steal. And we'll get a foul.
Great job by Lexus Bell to extend the play there. Now, Niagara's had some difficulty inbounding.
They'll look to change that here as Lexus Bell finds Pereira. Pereira turns it over and a chance for Newcomb to run. And she'll momentarily lose the ball. Down in for Fink, can't finish. And the hands of Lexus Bell involved. And Aaliyah Pereira is down. The last person that this night's team.
I think we're seeing a thumbs up from one of the players.
As she looks to be okay, getting up on her own power.
Hopefully Pereira makes a quick recovery for this night's team.
A crazy statistic, MJ. Ali Pereira today has more points than she had all of last season, and we're what? Not even 18 minutes into this game?
Shades of Tessa Varmeyer.
Tessa Varmeyer setting the single season NC record for goals.
After having had a very quiet previous season.
Tessa Varmeyer, the CCAA All-Canadian, was in Red Deer, Alberta, to accept her award. As the floor being attended to. As it'll be Bishop to inbound. Down to the post for Fink. She'll put it up, and no good. And the offensive board by Bernard. Back into the post, and two white jerseys. And Lyric Shallow draws the charge. And that whole night sideline fired up. A big defensive play from Lyric Shallow.
Great job identifying the player movement right there.
And Madison Fink up to 2 fouls so far. So keep an eye on that down the stretch of this one here today. Here's Shallow. stopping up. Losing the ball by Maddie Bishop. As she's defended by Teskey. Over for Bernard. Lopez calling for the screen. It's down in for Fink. And it's put up by Lopez as the Lions quickly have it back up to 6. And it's into the corner and played there by Teskey, back for Vendatelli. Sweetie, back for Bell. Cross for Teskey, she'll drive in with the right, no good. Alexis Bell trying the 3, no good. Vendatelli trying to get that offensive rebound as she'll crush her back. Minute 25 left in the first half. At 3, no good. And Alexis Bell picks up the rebound. And that'll be a foul on Madison Fink.
I think she's going to be taking a seat.
So some foul trouble for the Lions. Madison Fink with 3 and Melina Lopez with a pair.
Knights are also in the bonus.
First is good for Alexis Bell. And I'll go as a lane violation.
Coming in for Niagara, number 3.
And a good sign for the Knights. Aaliyah Pereira back into this game. As it's played there by Wilson. Wilson trying to get around Shallow. Passes it for Bishop in the corner, no good. Pereira on the glass. And that'll go for free throws.
Foul Lambton, number 7.
That's why it pays to be in the bonus.
First is good for Pereira, her first trip to the line here today.
Which is pretty impressive considering how much scoring she's done so far.
7 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. The second, no good. Offensive rebound by Alexis Bell. Shallow. Over for Pereira. Back for Bell. Bell over for Vendatelli. Strawn in the corner. She'll put it up. And a 24-second.
It looked like she got that off.
So it will be a foul. And more free throws for the Knights. And probably bailed out a little bit there with the foul at the end of the shot clock. They didn't have really anything going that possession. And a chance for the Knights to have a double-digit lead.
As I've been saying, the rotation's been good. They just need to maybe get a little bit more spaced out.
As the first is good. Strawn splits them. And Omar Bujak gets the board, and she'll go to the line herself.
Coming for Lambton, number 12 and number 8.
It's a great example of the Knights taking advantage of the fact that they're in the bonus. They've just rattled off, what, 6 points?
First, no good. And the free throws in this game, the Knights with 18 And the Lions only with 8, and a good chunk of those just came in the last 20 seconds. Here's Grant. Over for Bishop. She'll try the 3, no good. And Pereira picks this one up. 6-second shot clock, game clock differential. Knights will hold for the best shot. Lexus Bell looking for Sweetie, but it's picked off. And a chance to run for Lopez. Strawn gets it back. Asia Strawn slowing things down, gets doubled. Asia Strawn out for Omar Bujak. She'll try the 3, no good. Strawn on the glass, going up with it, no call. And that'll do it for the first half. A dominant first half at that for the Knights. And thanks to Elia Pereira. And the Lions have been fouling way too much. 12 fouls throughout the first half of this game, 7 for the Knights. And if the Lions want to get back into this game, that's where they're going to have to clean things up, as well as slowing down Pereira. As there's a look at both teams heading to their dressing room in between quarters, as we'll take a look at the last basket. Thanks to the Knights into the corner for Pereira, who, I mean, just hasn't been able to get stopped. Only with one miss from the field here today.
One of the great things about Pereira's offense is that it's been coming from different locations as well. She hasn't just been scoring from one side of the field.
And it's also been off the ball scoring too, as well as a little bit of self-creation and transition play. But if you can get Pereira to score off the ball, that's even more of an asset, because she can almost be that 6-man microwave score off the bench. We'll step aside for a few minutes for halftime.
Niagara College, official experiential and digital production partner of Niagara 2022 Canada Summer Games.
At Niagara College, our beautiful campuses and students.
I'm gonna miss probably the first half of the first set. Not a great look, but I'll see you there once I get there. Here's where the Sheridan Bruins soccer team plays. I was about 10 to 15 minutes late to the game. I missed the first half of the first set where they lost. And a cool touch I thought the Bruins had was that bear outside their gym, a nice facility where the volleyball teams play. And the Knights got right to work. First win of the season for the fellas, game 1 of the day, and now it's the 40-minute drive with traffic off the Mohawk, so We'll see you there. So I made it to Mohawk about 20 minutes before tip-off for the girls' game. And I will say Mohawk has an absolutely beautiful facility. The girls talking things over before they start. And the guys' team got really, really loud for the girls. You love to see it. Tough loss for the girls. The guys getting warm up. Okay, Joseph, I see you getting up there. Starters being introduced, including my boy Difference Igbenhe. It was a tough loss, a good effort against a really, really good Mohawk Mountaineers team.
To win this game 82-57.
Tough couple losses here today for the guys and the girls. Shout out to Christopher Span, who had a big game in the loss. And it was good to see a couple former Knights in the crowd. We saw Griffin Lackshane and Adrian Pajor. Stay tuned for that because we got some content with AP coming up later on this season. Thanks for coming with me today, and let's go Knights.
Niagara College, our beautiful campuses and student-centered community prepare you to be career ready. Curious? Why not experience NC life for yourself? Visit niagaracollege.ca/tour today.
Welcome back inside the Simply Financial Athletic Center. Lions, Knights, Alex Van Hack joined alongside me, MJ Graham. And the big story of this one here today, Alaya Pereira.
Exploding with the offense this evening.
Pereira with 15 points all of last season and 19 here in this first half. Nearly 60 points in her last 6 quarters. Alexis Bell in some trouble off the window and one.
Great hustle play right there.
Couple of bodies on her, but she's able to finish through contact. And the Knights off to a quick start in this second half.
She did not have a whole lot to work with there, and yet she turned it into a +1.
As it rattles in for Alexis. Here's Cambridge. Over for Bishop. She'll let it fly a little bit too strong. And off the hands of Strawn and out. Asia Strawn with a quiet first half. 1 of 6 from the field. 3 points, 3 boards. As Bishop finds Newcomb. Newcomb drives in and stripped by Shallow. As it's Alexis Bell looking for Lyric and picked off by Cambridge. Bishop, she'll try the 3, and nothing but net for Maddie Bishop. It makes her second 3 of the game. And it gets knocked out of the hands of Lyric Shallow. That'll stay with NC. Teskey defended by Wilson. Venditelli looking for Strawn. Strawn getting the screen back for Venditelli. Into the corner for Shallow. She'll take it in off the window. And Lyric Shallow on the board for NC. A little give and go for the Lions. It's back at the top of the key for Cambridge. Here's Wilson. Defended by Venditelli into the corner. And what great defense, MJ, by this Lions team, by the Knights on the Lions. Unable to get a shot off and forcing that turnover.
You'll love to see it.
Coming in for Lambton, number 20 and number 4.
That's a quick substitution on Lambton's part.
Getting the netting attended to. But this Knights team in this first half, really night and day from what we've seen in the first 4 games this season. There was the blowout against Mohawk, and they kept it somewhat close against Conestoga.
Rare back in the game.
Here's Shallow. In for Strawn. Lost it momentarily. It's out of play, but it'll stay with the Knights. Mandatelli. She'll drive in with the right off the glass. It's Emma Mandatelli who's up to 4 points. Lopez, top of the key. Over for Cambridge. Into the corner for Bishop. She'll try the three, leaving it short. And it'll be out for Niagara.
Niagara did a great job of rotating the ball in the first half. They just needed to space out a little bit more, but so far their offense has been humming along.
Shallow in the corner thought about it as Lexus Bell sets the hard screen. Shallow with the right off the glass. Lyric Shallow with a free trip to the rim.
I wonder if Lambton's a little concerned about the foul trouble they got into in the first half.
Lopez in for Bernard. Put up and in by Hines.
Little floater right there.
As the Lions look to stop the bleeding. Here's Strawn. She'll take it in and she'll get fouled. Asia Strawn, the slow first half, she'll go to charity stripe.
Coming in for Lambton, number 10 and number 24.
Already three players laying off the bench for Lambton this quarter.
First is good for Strawn. And Coach Columbus with a substitution of her own. Hannah Keechner into the game for Lyric Shallow.
Shallow getting a much deserved couple minutes of rest.
And the three is put up by Bernard. Offensive rebound. Left short. And Lexus Bell gets the block. Lexus Bell stopping things up for Strong. Bell. Bell will drive in. Gets the ball poked away from her by Bernard. And a chance to run for the Knights. The Lions. Left short and picked up by Wilson. Wilson dribble handoff for Bishop. And into the corner for Hines. She'll try the three, and it's good.
She got left open on rotation.
Mandatelli was a little confused, and it resulted in the free, wide open three for the Lions as it's out for Strawn. Low pass for Strawn. Pereira, she'll try again, and a rare miss from Pereira, her second miss on 9 attempts here today. Bishop with the three of her own, no good. And it's pulled down by Pereira. What a pass to Asia Strawn with the pump fake off the glass and in. As Strawn starting to get a little bit going here in this third quarter. And speaking of which, poking the ball out of the hands of Wilson. And Asia will have a seat for Lyric Shallow.
Lyric Shallow. Coming in for Lambton, number 16, Deanna Cambridge.
It's in and poked out. Looking for Jordan Britton. And Pereira getting her hands involved on that ball. Pereira looking. Mandatelli had to slow things down as the foul going against Simone Wilson. That's her third.
Also the third for the Lions this quarter. We're only halfway through.
Not even. And that's now 3 Lions with 3 fouls. Wilson, Hings, and Fink. There's a bit of confusion for the Knights. It's Lexus Bell with the spin move. It'll go down for an offensive foul. And Lexus Bell saying it's because she's small.
Feels like it's a bit of a discriminatory call.
The Knights, despite being up by 16, have not been a fan of the whistle, as it's sent into the paint for Britain.
Reach in. That's 2 quick fouls for Bell. And as a result, she's taking a seat.
Here's Simone Wilson on the wing for Bishop. Bishop left open for 3. She'll let it fly, no good. And on the glass is Britton. Newcomb back out for Bishop. She'll try again and make it. And Maddie Bishop with a pair of 3s in this third quarter.
She is not afraid to let that ball fly.
Has already shot 11 3s. As Shallow puts it up, she'll head to the line.
Lions only have 1 more foul to give.
Maddie Bishop shooting 25% from 3 in her first 2 games, and shooting 8 threes a game in the early going for this Lambton team, and she's already at 12 here on the day, as it's played by Wilson, defended by Shallow. Shallow trying to get the steal, and it's picked up by Strawn. Over for Pereira. Keeps that ball alive, but it's turned over. Here's Cambridge looking to run. Bounce pass, and taken away by Lyric Shallow. And this full court pressure continuing. That's in for Strawn. Strawn finding Venditelli. Size mismatch for Emma into the corner for Pereira. She'll let it fly, no good. And Elia Pereira has been held in check this third quarter, as the 3 is put up and in by Cassandra Newcomb. And I say held in check because she's 0 for 3 this quarter. And obviously in the first, she went 7 of 8. Strawn thought about the 3, over for Pereira. She'll let it fly. Rattles a little bit too strong. And Wilson will pass and get picked by Pereira. Pereira looking for Strawn. Asia shaking her head, as Maddie Bishop will take this one into the corner, into the post for Britton. Back out, and not even able to handle it was Cambridge. And she'll give it back for Bishop. Bishop driving in with the right, no good. It'll stay with the Lions.
The Knights got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball in transition right now.
And the Knights are going to call timeout. Probably a good time to do so.
That was 2 or 3 turnovers there in transition. We just lived through.
Turnovers on the day, 18 for both teams, and 10 points off of turnovers for both clubs. And the one big statistic that jumps out for me, MJ, is you look at the free throws, 17 attempts, 13 makes, and 3 of 6 for Lambton. As we'll take a look at a nice dish from Elia Pereira.
Yeah, the Knights have been doing an excellent job of punishing the Lions at the line. Great pump fake.
And I mean, it's been inside the arc that's been the difference. Both Niagara shooting 5 of 19 from 3, Lambton 4 of 17, so a little bit better, about the same percentage, 26 versus 23. But Lambton's being held under 30% from the field, and when you have multiple 6-footers on this team against the Knights, as that one's no good. And it'll be off the leg of Smith and out of play.
For this possession, it'd be nice to see the Knights take a moment, get set up, get a look. You were going to say, though, Alex.
And that's what the Knights will do. They'll slow things down. And the foul is going to go on Melina Lopez.
And the Knights are now in the bonus, where, as we were just discussing, they've been doing an excellent job of converting those free throw looks.
And it has to, at least to me, maybe it's an over-exaggeration, MJ, but it feels like the Knights have probably had 8 or 9, maybe even 10 free throw attempts because of being in the bonus, as the first is no good from Venditelli.
That number sounds about right, yeah.
As she splits a pair. As that's put up and in, it'll be an offensive foul. I thought it could have been a travel, but you'd rather take the offensive foul over the travel any day of the week. Oh, it will be continuation, pardon me. As Coach Columbus is upset with the call. And Shallow getting an explanation, asking if the call was on her. And she's got a smile on her face. And the three-point play is finished by Melina Lopez. Venditelli over for Strawn. 13 on the shot clock for Pereira. Venditelli in the corner. She'll let it fly, an air ball and put back up. And by Lyric Shallow, we'll call that an assist.
Great positioning on her part.
Here's Bishop defended by Venditelli. Good pressure from Emma and into the wing and put up by Bernard. No good. Picked up by Venditelli. And it'll go for a foul on Maddie Bishop. And again, these undisciplined fouls from this Lions team leading to free points for the Knights.
Yeah, that was what I think I would call a frustration foul right there.
And Maddie Bishop with 1 foul here on the day. 4 Lions with 3. Simone Wilson, Melina Lopez, Alexis Hins, and Madison Fink, all with 3, as the first is no good. And the second is successful for Venditelli. And Sweetie into the game for the Knights. I think regardless of the result here today, for Janie Day, these undisciplined fouls are certainly going to be a talking point. And watching film, as that one's put up and left short, it'll stay or go to the Knights. Here's Strong, as that one's nearly taken away. Pereira on that left wing. She gets doubled in for Sweetie, and tons of pressure As there's a foul on Simone Wilson. You've got to be careful. That's number 4.
Foul on Lambton, number 10, Simone Wilson.
And as I mentioned, the 4th foul, she'll have a seat
Coming in for Lambton, number 5.
for Cassandra Newcomb. First, no good from Asia Strong. And you can see in the back, that's the men's Lions squad as they will take on the men of Niagara College at 8 o'clock. As Maddie Bishop with the dribble handoff for Cambridge. Into the corner for Newcomb. And good hands from Venditelli looking for Pereira. And a nice play by her off the glass. And no good as Maddie Bishop looks to run. Bishop passing this one out, and it's played by Cambridge. She'll go up with the right and left short. Volsey Champagne with the board. 32 seconds on the game clock, 19 on the shot clock, so a chance to go 2 for 1. But Coach Columbus electing for the best shot possible as Strawn is defended by Cambridge. As Asia Strawn goes down. And the scary part about that is it was a non-contact play. As there's a look at Coach Columbus asking if it was a jump ball, telling her troops to slow things down.
The Knights much more loose with their offense this half.
As Strawn able to get up. And she just, her leg buckled. And that's the scariest type of injury to see, is when that calf just tightens up with 10 on the shot clock as the three is put up and no good. And Pereira gives this one away. A chance into the paint. Chaos, and that'll do it. As Venditelli being a pest. And the Knights with a 15-point lead going into the 4th quarter, firmly in the driver's seat against an undefeated Lions squad. The Knights looking for win number 1 of the season. And MJ, we talked about how undisciplined this Knights team has been. We're going to take a look at some of the fouls that the Lions have given up here so far. As there's a look at Emma diving for that loose ball with no time on the game clock. But obviously the immediate concern for Asia Strawn. So you can see her behind the bench.
If you're the Knights for this quarter, you want to maybe return back to your first half offensive. Good ball rotation, maybe a few less 3 attempts. Keep up the foul pressure on the Lions. Also, you have to wonder, when is Fink coming back into the game for the Lions? I don't think she's played yet this half.
We'll take a look at the honorary assist from Emma Venditelli. And that corner 3 look. Some good ball movement. A little too strong, but good positioning from Lyric Shallow.
Yeah, great box out.
As the Knights looking to win this fourth quarter to begin their weekend with a 1-0 start, obviously, tomorrow. St. Clair will make the trip to take on the Knights currently against Mohawk. As we speak, they'll make the trip up the QEW to Welland here tonight. Menditelli, top of the key, as it's nearly taken away. And Mohawk doubling up St. Clair and Hamilton 64-32 with 90 seconds left in the third quarter.
Knights are going to have 2 seconds to jack this up.
As they'll give it out for Bell for 3. She'll let it fly. And Lexus Bell wanted the call and is not going to get it.
Lexus Bell with 3 fouls, I believe. Same for the Lions. Fink, who came back into the game.
The pull-up shot is rattled around, and the offensive rebound goes to Madison Fink. Bishop for 3. Nothing but net. As Lambton draws first blood in this fourth quarter. And Bell and Menditelli not on the same page.
Bishop has really been punishing the Knights with those 3s.
And Maddie Bishop with 4 threes on the day. A volume 3-point shooter. As Kitchener try to get the steal. It's Bishop looking to do more damage. Bishop, she'll try again, leaving it short, and the rebound going to Fink. Bishop down to the post on Fink. She'll put it up and in. And a quick 5-0 run for the Lions as Pereira gets fouled. Pardon me, it'll be a travel as Kirateski will come into the game. And Lambton has it down to 10. And out of the timeout, or in between quarters, I should say, the Knights certainly have been sloppy in terms of managing the ball.
Yeah, this lead should not be as close as it is.
Cambridge defended by Teske. Bishop, she'll try the 3, no good. It'll go out. And Kira Teske got her fingertips on it. So a chance for the Lions to get it into single digits. And they found it in for Fink. Bishop getting the screen. Pick and roll, chance for Fink. She puts it up, no good. Second chance, left short. As we'll get a travel. NC with 2 timeouts remaining. You have to think if this keeps going, they're going to have to burn one of them.
Also, the Lions electing to go big in the paint right now.
Jordan Britton and Madison Fink on the court. Here's Sweetie as it's out for Bell. And it's over across for Pereira. She'll let it fly. No good. Teske with the offensive rebound. She gets doubled and it's picked off by Britton. And the Lions with a bit of confusion themselves. Maddie Bishop into the post.
Not a great size matchup.
And to your point. And the Lions on a 7-0 run to get it down to 8. And the Lions have flipped the switch in this fourth quarter. And back to the drawing board for Ali Columbus.
The Knights are going to have to work real hard to get their offense back in correct gear.
We're going to take a look at the steal from the Lions. But also, to your point, MJ, the Knights have been turning the ball over, as you see there. But also, turning the ball over and also travels, live ball and dead ball turnovers. The second points off of turnovers were even, and now Lambton has the advantage. Early on, a third of their points coming off of turnovers. Niagara, 11 of their 53, thanks to the turnover.
Luckily, Niagara still is in the lead, but they're not going to be for much longer if they keep playing the way they're playing.
And Lambton with 11 offensive rebounds compared to Niagara's 6. Lambton 18 of 61 from the field. Niagara 16 of 42, of course. NC with 23 free throw attempts. Bell, she'll try and put it up herself, gets the rebound into the corner, back for Shallow. Bad pass from Shallow, and it's back into the corner. Tons of defensive pressure as it finds Keechner. Back for Sweetie. 2 on the shot clock, they'll have to put it up. Shallow leaves it short, and the big offensive rebound by Vendatelli.
Sweetie's got to take that shot.
And that's exactly what the bench is telling her. As Vendatelli, who will head to the line. And I'll tell you what, Emma has 6 points and 6 rebounds here today. Obviously, Pereira has been so good. But Vendatelli's hustle and pressure and getting to the boards and getting these free throws have really given the Knights a boost, pardon me. As the second's good. Here's Simone Wilson. Defended by Shallow. And Lexus Bell applying some pressure, 12 on the shot clock. Here's Wilson into the corner and put up by Britton. And Bishop pressured by Volsky Champagne. Thought about the three, was Wilson, and it's put up. Second chance look for Britton, and it's good. And earlier in that possession, you saw Britton take that jump shot. If you're the Knights, you'll take that, make or miss 100 times out of 100. And the tally, she'll try the three, leaving it a little bit too short, and a chance for Lambton to get it to single, pardon me, 2-possession game. That's what they do. A 10-0 run as the inexperienced Knights showing some jitters as it's nearly taken away. And they'll go for a jump ball. And it'll be Lambton ball, and a chance for the Lions to get it down to 1 possession. And a complete disaster of a fourth quarter. Still haven't scored.
The Knights have really unraveled offensively.
Pardon me. The Knights with 1 free throw, thanks to Emma Vendatelli, as it's put up and in. And Lambton's got it down to 3. Shallow will slow things down here for the Knights. Bell setting the screen for Vendatelli. In for Sweetie. Shallow with 2 blue jerseys on her. Finding Teskey in the corner, and it's deflected out off of a Lion, and you can see how energized that Lions bench is. 5 on the shot clock. They'll have to get something quick. Here's Shallow. Shallow, and she gets fouled.
Now, the bright side for the Knights here is that they have been ahead in this game. So they can return to what they were doing successfully in the first half.
As Pereira comes back into the game, hasn't made a field goal in this second half. She's 0 of 5 and 0 of 4 from 3. Lexus Bell puts up the runner. The first field goal for the Knights in this fourth quarter. Cambridge defended by Vendatelli. Shallow with some pressure put up by Lopez, and Shallow gets the board. Here comes Lyric. Teskey calling for it. She picks up the ball and she'll step out of bounds. And it would have been a straight lane to the basket. And the Lions will call timeout with under 5 to go.
Another tough turnover.
Both teams, in a sense, have kind of shot themselves in the foot. We saw earlier in this quarter, the Knights in an offensive drought only have 1 field goal here today. 3 points in this corner thanks to Vendatelli, who's got 7 and 6.
If you're the Knights with those 2 big bodies on the floor, you want to really rotate because now you are going to get those good looks because the Lions want to collapse into the paint.
And there's a look.
You see that right there.
What a tough shot from Lexus Bell over the hands of Madison Fink. Couldn't really tell from here how difficult that shot was to get that runner in.
Not an easy look, but again, those 2 centers are going to collapse to the paint, so if they can get their ball rotation back on track, they're going to get those open 3 looks.
And I mean, to your point, if they're collapsing and you get these open looks, Lambton's saying, okay, you got to make these shots. And Niagara, both teams actually shooting 5 of 23 from 3. So analytically speaking, it is smart to do that, but you saw how hot Niagara did get in that first half. Here's Shallow. Shallow, she'll take it in with contact off the glass and in, and the Knights have it up to 7. Into the corner for Lopez. Lopez back out for Bishop. Bishop so quick and shifty as it's into the paint. Up and in, thanks to Jordan Britton.
Not much you can do about that.
Lyric Shallow puts up the shot, and in. Lyric Shallow starting to get it going. She's got the last 4 points for NC. 3 is no good. Offensive rebound by Britton. It makes its way back out. And off the back of the rim and in, Maddie Bishop with the deep runner.
Tough bounce for the Knights.
As that one deflected out. And I mean, you take away the 3 from Maddie Bishop, she takes that deep 2 of a runner, and I mean, you just kind of have to live with the results. A difficult shot, and she made it. 3.5 minutes to go. 5-point game from the Simply Financial Athletic Center. Alex Vandenheck, MJ Graham, crunch time as the layups left short with the left by Vendatelli. And Maddie Bishop looks to get it back to 1 possession game. Newcomb defended by Shallow. She'll get the jump ball, and good defensive pressure from Lyric Shallow as it'll be a Knights ball. Lyric Shallow with a good game here so far. 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, and 4 boards. And it's turned over, and it'll be Lions ball. And you look at Lyric Shallow's stats this season: 16 points, 6.5 boards, and 40% from the field, 89% from the line. Super efficient season here for Lyric. Has been a great acquisition for this Knights team. Into the paint for Fink. And that's going to be a foul on Kira Teskey.
Teskey with a tough job to do. Every possession down the floor for her, she's basically in a mismatch.
It'll be Fink at the line for 2. And it's left short. And MJ, we still haven't seen Asia Strawn down the stretch of this game. We'll see if she comes back in. As both are missed. And Lexus Bell gets the board here for Venditelli. Defended by Cambridge. Here's Lexus Bell. Stumbled for a second there. Into the corner for Teskey. Kira Teskey with the tray. Gets the lead up to 8 for NC.
Pivotal basket right there.
And here's Maddie Bishop.
You got to imagine they want to go back into Fink.
Lambton trying a 3 of their own as the putback chance is no good, but a foul called on Pereira. It'll be Fink at the line yet again.
Just think about how much worse a position the Knights would be in if Fink wasn't in foul trouble.
And the first one is short. This is actually Fink's first game of the season. As the second's good. It's still a 3-possession game for the Lions.
Niagara does
And
not
Telly
need to rush this.
in for Piera, and she'll go to the line for a continuation. And Janie Day does not like the call. I think she wanted it to be side out. And I think, to be honest, she has an argument. As the first is good for Aaliyah Pereira. And Janie Day is going to get called for the technical foul.
Didn't really catch what went on there.
Pardon me, she won't, I guess, maybe given a warning. As Simone Wilson down by 9, looking to get something going for this Lions team. Lopez back out for Bishop. Defended by Pereira. Inside the 2-minute mark. And 4 white jerseys on Fink, forcing the turnover. You can see how fired up
Knights coming alive when it counts.
the Knights are. And Britton is going to come back into this game. It's going to stay with the Lions. And it's in for Fink. She'll put it up, leaving it short. And Lexus Belt looking for Lyric Shallow. There's going to be a foul on Lyric Shallow. Had a foul to give. And
Once again, turnover in transition. There was no reason to rush that play. Time's on their side.
here's Britton looking to give it up for Bishop. Bishop with the moving 3, rattles around, no good. Had that runner rattle in, doesn't get the bounce here. And Lyric Shallow with 80 seconds left to go will slow things down. Lyric defended by Wilson. Venditelli into the corner. Teskey thought about it. Pereira will drive in herself with the left, no good. And Maddie Bishop will get a chance to run. 58 seconds left to go. And Cambridge will put up and make the 3. They'll cut it down to 6.
Bit of confusion on the court.
I don't know what the call was.
Or did just the buzzer go off? Somebody hit the buzzer button by accident, maybe.
Regardless, it'll be Knights ball. As NC taking their time. Time's certainly their friend. If they can just control the ball. 15 on the shot clock.
Lambton's got a foul.
It's shallow. And into the paint. Back into the corner for Teskey, looking for the dagger, leaving it short as Shallow tried to keep it alive. And Lambton, if they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to get a basket here on this next possession. Down by 6. As Lambton will call things over. And credit to the Knights, who in the early 5 minutes of that quarter completely fell apart. They could have threw the towel in because, I mean, Lambton controlled the whole game, and they talked things over, and they've had a nice last 3 minutes to build this lead back up to 6. Now, if you're Niagara, do you foul here? Because Lambton is going to need to get threes. As we'll take a look at a 3 from Cambridge. Because even if you make 2, even if you make 2 free throws, you still get the ball back and you can chew the clock. 32 seconds left to go. Granted, Lambton at that point would probably foul or at least go for a turnover. Niagara without a foul to give.
It's a tough coaching situation for sure.
I mean, a good problem to have when you're up 6 with 32 left to go. As Lexus Bell looking to go for the steal, Niagara won't foul. And Cambridge has it. Defended by Teskey. Here's Bishop. Into the paint for Britton. And the Knights forcing that turnover with 20 seconds left to go.
And that should be ball game.
And Coach Columbus is going to use her final timeout. And Coach Columbus electing to move the ball up. And at this point, Lambton's going to have to play. NC's going to have to play the foul game with 20 seconds left to go. We'll take a look at Kira's 3. Who got the lead up. Pardon me, Lyric Shallow's hustle.
That's really been the saving grace for the Knights this quarter.
And there's a look at that Lambton sideline.
A win by defensive hustle is still a win.
And the Knights they just take care of the ball, they'll get their first victory of the season. Lambton in serious jeopardy of falling to 2-1 on the early campaign. It'll be Lexus Bell to inbound with less than 20 seconds left to go. As Lexus gets it in for Pereira. 13 on the shot clock. And Lambton looking to go for the turnover. They won't foul either, surprising when they're down 6. Pereira, she'll put up the 3, leaving it short. And that's going to do it. The Knights get their first win of the season. Now up to 1-4 as they'll enjoy the win here tonight. And it's right back to work tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the St. Clair Athletics.
Lambton struggling as a whole athletic program here at Niagara.
The Knights men's club set to take on the Lions in about 30 minutes time. And the Knights here in this one, I think the thing that really won the game for NC, or you could even argue lost the game for Lambton, was how much they fouled, because they had 27 free throws. Niagara made 19. We're going to look at Aaliyah Pereira's first 3 of the game, but when you give NC that many chances at the free throw line, they're going to make them.
Yeah, the huge cushion that the Knights gave themselves at the beginning of the game with all those extra free throws really saved them at the end of the game.
And you can see the excitement on that Knights sideline, picking up their first win of the season. I talked to Emma Venditelli earlier this week, and she told me they're behind the 8 ball, 8-4, and they've dealt with some injuries, but it's early November. You can still build momentum and go and try and build momentum and try and get that top 6 seed. As we mentioned before, look at Pereira's 3. And with the men's team last year, they were 2-6, and they were able to finish the season 10-8. Granted, that team a lot more experienced, but still, your season is not over in early November. And the Knights getting right on the right side of the scoreboard here today. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 1 o'clock, same location, Simply Financial Athletics Center. As if you can win these last 2 games this weekend, you're at 2-4, and you can build momentum towards the end of the month. Obviously, Redeemer here in town on the 15th, and if you can go at least 2 or 3 at home in those 3 games, you put yourself in a good position to try and dig for a 6 to 7 seed. I'm Alex Vandenhack, MJ Graham. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in about half an hour's time for the men's slate between the Lions and the Knights.